Hey everyone, it's Jaden, and today we'll be making these amazing tasting and looking whoopie pies. Let's do it! For the marshmallow filling, you'll need marshmallow fluff, 10x sugar, salt, vanilla, and butter. First, you want to put the butter into a bowl, along with the 10x sugar. And you want to beat this with electric beaters until fluffy. Once it's all mixed together, you can set the beaters aside and we're going to add the rest of our ingredients: salt, vanilla, and the marshmallow fluff. Like, this stuff is super sticky, so be careful with it. That did not work. Then try scraping it along the side. There, that works much easier. Just gonna get that all out of there. And I'm gonna use a spatula to stir this because I don't want to have marshmallow fluff stuck in our beaters because it's just not going to be fun because this stuff is really sticky. So you can I'm just going to mash it down in there. And this actually isn't that hard. You just kind of push and stir, push and stir. It's kind of like folding it in a little bit. And eventually you'll get a nice smooth paste. Once it's all mixed together, you can just put it in a piping bag and put it in the middle of your whoopie pies. For the first recipe we'll be making, you'll need water, sugar, flour, eggs, brown sugar, cocoa powder, oil, salt, evaporated milk, buttermilk, baking powder? No, baking soda, and cream of tartar. First, you want to add the evaporated milk, buttermilk, baking soda, and the cream of tartar into a bowl. And then you want to mix that with electric beaters. Now let's mix together. We can just set this aside for later. And then meanwhile, you want to grab a big bowl, like a really big bowl. See what I'm talking about? In the larger bowl, you can add the oil, brown sugar, eggs, and regular sugar. And you want to beat this with electric beaters. Once it's all mixed together, we can add the rest of our ingredients, which is the salt, cocoa powder, powder everywhere, and all of that flour. That is a lot of flour, and the water. And all my recipe quantities for this recipe and my other recipes are on my website, jadensbaking.wordpress.com. And now we just get to stir this all up. This will take a little bit, so take as long as you need, and it'll be really thick, so probably don't use a hand mixer. Okay, once it's all mixed together, finally, we can add our other milky mixture that we set aside. I'll pour that all in. Yum, yum. That looks good. Then we get to mix it again. This will be fun. Kind of. And our beaters almost shut off. This is definitely not good for the engine. Oh well, I am now going to take a spatula to this because it seems easier and that I didn't get all those clumps. And I don't want to burn out our engine, so I'm going to scrape the beaters off there. And I'm just going to stir this really well with a spatula because, for one, it's good exercise, well, kind of. And I can make sure I actually get all of it. So then you can just stir this up really well with a spatula. You can keep using the electric beaters, but I don't want to. They're just not that great. We just need to get better electric beaters, maybe. But as you can see, there's batter everywhere, on my shirt, on the wall, everywhere. Then you can scoop it onto lined baking trays. If you don't have baking paper, you don't need to use it. I'm just using it so it doesn't stick to our pans or in baking sheets. And then you can bake it at 400 degrees for 5 to 10 minutes. For the second recipe we'll be making, you'll need salt, baking soda, vanilla, jet black cocoa powder, flour, hot water, sugar, oil, an egg, and sour cream. We want to add the sugar, oil, an egg, and the sour cream into a bowl. And then you want to mix that with electric beaters. Once it's all mixed together, we can add the rest of our ingredients. The hot water, flour, the jet black cocoa powder, the vanilla that has now leaked out of its little box. Okay, my sister will get some more. Meanwhile, we'll add the baking soda and a little sprinkle of salt. And all my recipe quantities for this recipe will be on my website, jadensbaking.wordpress.com. And then you want to just beat that really well. Once it's all mixed together, you can put this on baking sheets and stick it in the oven at 350 for 7 to 8 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more tutorials, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!